everywhere.
So
Even in like the workforce, like even
right.
companies, CEOs, people with money, like it's corrupt all over the place. It's not
Perfect.
just the music.
I'm glad you mentioned that because the Suns owner, the fucking Phoenix Suns owner, Robert Sarver, he's got caught like doing some like sexual shit with girls and like being racist and shit.
Like what?
Like saying the N-word, like fucking asking women like being sexual with a woman out of he was a level 5 in our list of fucking that we ever
he
did.
was a number 5.
from
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Okay,
Using
yeah,
racial
yeah.
slurs and
see.
shit. Like, and motherfucker only got suspended for 1 year and he got fined $10 million. And this guy owns a basketball team. And a lot of the people that own these teams, this is just like a toy to them. Like, this is just chump change.
It's a little tax write-off.
Yeah.
Like, the teams, and those teams make millions and billions of dollars.
Oh yeah, easily.
And I mean, I'm a big Clipper fan, right? And the owner before this one was forced to sell his team for doing something similar. And now everyone's kind of like upset that this guy's only getting slapped on the wrist, suspended for a year. You can't.
Oh, it's because he's got money, bro.
Bro,
You know, you can
that fool has
buy. You can pretty much buy like I saw it on that Epstein documentary, where some people are on like a safe list, like you can't take them to jail. They're like on a, I don't know what to call it, but pretty much like in the documentary there was like 2 girls that were somebody's daughter and they were like safe. They had like a hall pass, like you couldn't, if they get arrested, like they wouldn't go to jail or whatever. Like you can
I would say
buy
that I
People
would
have bought
say
in
that the owner for the Clippers, Donald Sterling, was probably richer than Robert Sarver, but he got like fucking. He got targeted at the very beginning of this. We need a change type shit. So he was an example, and this guy got a slap on the wrist.
He gets a slap on the wrist.
But the other guy was
Just
forced to
to-
sell his team.
Well, yeah, but look, like he just gets a slap on the wrist, right? And that's all that's gonna happen. Why? Because he's got the connections, he's got the money, he can bail himself out, right? And then, I mean, you can dwell on that all you want, but at the end of the day, they're just gonna distract us with everything else that's going on, so that we eventually forget about it, and then life goes on.
I think
You know?
that he's gonna be forced to sell his team.
What did they said that when they were getting on the plane, he was like, "All right, white people in the front," and then he said like the N word. He's like, "And he was in the back."
What?
Yeah, and everyone was just like, "What the fuck?"
I know.
But he was on that.
And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He was
pulling
on-
his pants down in front of girls type shit.
He was on that time.
Fuck.
Honestly, he's probably fucking roided out, jacked, rich, fucking 1100 levels testosterone. Like,
And the other fool,
he's just doing what the fuck he wants.
and the past Clipper owner, this is what he did. Not saying that it's any better, but this motherfucker had a mistress, younger girl, way younger. This guy's like about to die in a couple years.
And he had like a 20-year-old or something.
probably something like that.
Or
and
an 18-year-old.
She was coming to the games with like other like rappers and shit. And he was like,
Yeah.
I don't want you to bring these black
Anybody
people to
else.
the games.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, what? How could you say that? Like, and they caught him on tape and shit.
So they made him sell his team.
Not gonna lie, the motherfucker made almost $1 billion
Bro,
for it.
what? Is that even like a fucking bad thing? Like, you said the N-word, now you're going to make $1 billion. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, but this other guy that did a lot worse only got suspended for a year and has to pay 10. When owning the Clippers right now could make you more than $1 billion.
Yeah. Well, see, that's it's fucked up. Our
Regardless,
fucking,
it's
the
fucked up.
justice system is fucked up. You know, there's people that have like way worse consequences than other people that deserve more, right? More like worse, like harder consequences and shit. It's just depends who your judge is. Wrong place, wrong time. Like,
And, I mean, now he has players that don't even want to play for him. Or, I mean, they haven't came out publicly, but they've said that the shit that they saw in the reports is unacceptable.
What
and
team-
shit needs to be done.
what team is this for?
Arizona, the Phoenix Suns.
So do you think that also taints the team, like the Phoenix Suns? Do you
Well-
think that like makes people not want to join that team? What do you think, Zandre?
I think no, I don't think it's about that. I think the people.
No, it's not like it doesn't
It's
get
about
that.
it's about well, you know who they're gonna have like a grudge against is gonna be whoever let it run on like and didn't say anything
And that's the
about it.
NBA commander in chief, Adam Silver.
Yeah, because if everyone else notices it and no one
Oh,
has
it's been
done anything,
trending on Twitter for a week.
Well, now it's been trending, but how long did it happen before this was reported?
Probably a while.
Then there's gonna be people who are like, okay, you were his alibi. Well, it's fuck you too. Then, and if it's
Yeah.
and if that kind of goes into the organization, then it's like, yeah, we don't want to fucking play for that team because the management is all fucked up.
Yeah, I feel like when it's like on a level like this, like you can't dig deep into it and you'll probably find a bunch of shit. But they probably do their best to just kind of keep it minimal and like, move on from it because it's a lot of money that you're talking about. Like,
I think he should sell his team. They made the guy in fucking, this is not America, but they made the owner of fucking Chelsea sell his team because he's Russian allied. He had to sell his team because he.
Where's that guy from though? The Chelsea guy.
I think he was probably Russian.
They probably like restrict that on a different level over there though than America. America's more racist.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
Yeah, America is racist.
I wish I could say otherwise, but
there's racism is everywhere though.
yeah, but we take it to another level.
We try to like equalize it, and I think it just like stirs the pot even more.
No, there's countries who, not even countries. I think it's like a Western thing also.
Honestly, I think that we've advanced a lot, but we have so much to go still. Like, we've definitely advanced to the point where we don't have to drink from different water fountains.
I mean, segregation hasn't even been 100 years.
Like, we've advanced so much, but
so.
not. We still have a lot to go, bro. There's so much hate built into this country still. Slowly, now you see like back then you didn't see like black and whites hang out. Now you see like the white kids liking hip hop rap, trying to be part of this crew.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's more acceptable.
The rich white kids trying to be black, trying to be hard, trying to like be from the streets and shit.
Everything's barely healing,
Yeah.
So it has a long ways to go, but
it has a long way to go before it melts, and then everyone's okay with just being American. And what does American mean is, you're an immigrant.
Well, yeah, America is like built off of like a bunch of immigrants. People from everywhere come over here. So what is like?
It's a melting pot.
Yeah.
Even like the white people, you're like 2 generations away from being from like your immigrant fucking ancestors. Like, it's very rare to find like a white person. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist out there, but where their family's been here for like super like long since the fucking pilgrim type days, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of white Europeans that come into this country.
Yeah,
And a lot of people are second generation Irish, second generation like English. Like they lost
they
the
all
accent.
come from somewhere.
Yeah, like you get like you guys were saying, it's built on immigrants.
It is. That's exactly
all
what
kinds
it is.
of immigrants.
Yeah, and I think there has to be an understanding where it's where everyone just finally understands that it's like, you guys ever heard that little song in elementary where it was like, this land is my land, this land is your land.
Yeah.
That's just what it is, like I think shit gets fucked up when one
that motherfucker's spitting right now, bro. This land.
No, that's funny.
I think that's what it is, because like in reality, the only people who have like a problem with like other cultures existing and stuff is like people who think they have like power or like, or from a place where they feel like they're about to lose something. And I think, to me, I kind of like related to when like I first started listening to like hip hop music or whatever. I never thought anything about it. It was just there. I liked the music. I didn't think deep. Later they mentioned shit like, oh, this was originated here and this is where it came from, and now I'm trying to understand. Because some people will try to out you out because you're just not from that culture, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's where hip hop stemmed from. So some people, but then like it's like, well, if it's in America now, isn't it now American culture?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is American culture,
which doesn't mean that.
But there's so many sub-genres, subdivisions,
and that doesn't take away any credit from like where it comes from. That's always going to be there,
Yeah.
But it's just like, I think it's American culture at a point, and it's just a bunch of immigrants, bro. We're all a bunch of immigrants here.
Yeah,
everyone.
And then
from the beginning of like time.
Yeah. And
exactly.
I think once the world and once America starts to understand that, I think we'll get a little bit and accept it. We'll get a little bit
crazy.
More.
Like one thing that I've like thought about before is like it's insane how like you're an immigrant, right? Where people are like immigrants and then they come over here to the country, however they get here, right? And then if you're a kid and you're born on this soil, that makes you American, and like you're good. Right. You're off the hook. You know what I'm saying? Like.
But technically, if you would have just been born a couple miles down that way, now you're just Mexican and you don't have papers, and now your opportunities just cut.
You're owned by a different government,
and you got to come over here in the piñata type shit.
Exactly.
It kind of like lets you know how fake, like how like the societal norms and like these rules, and obviously we oblige by them, right? We all like,
if it's past this line, you're this.
Yeah.
If it's this line,
but
you're
there's
that.
but there's so much
It's
power
so left and right.
But there's so much
Yes.
power to that law that
there's so
they
much
implement.
belief in that. So many people backing
and that's,
it,
and that's just what
yeah.
it is. Now you're raised and now you're American.
Exactly, but we're all from the same earth.
Yeah.
Everyone believes different things, right? I
Right.
do believe what you said. Like, you had a very great point, but I don't think people think too deep into the we're all from the
No,
earth
of
type
course,
shit.
no. People don't. No, because people like to feel like they're a part of something, right? A part of a group, right? That's
You know when it feels like
That's
really,
the whole point of countries.
You want to know when it feels really fucking good?
when.
To be in America.
Oh,
or
I
like
know. I got one for that.
when
Tell me,
what the World Cup.
the World Cup.
Yeah, because you see everyone in the street with their shirts on, the nationalities, and you would never
Yeah.
see it when you're walking past someone in a regular day. You'd just be like, "Oh, that's just some guy," or like you just assume that he just belongs here, right? And then it's like, "Oh, that's where he's from," and like that's
Yeah.
and you'll see a bunch of different nationalities.
You'll
and you're
realize
like,
how
you
many.
me-
Yeah.
You realize how many people are
immigrants-
from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, going off of that,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whenever I'm at like a sports event, like
And they do the national anthem?
the national anthem,
Right.
that I feel like, damn,
They have to
this
do it the
feels
right
like,
way.
you know?
There has to be fireworks.
Yeah. Or a great singer and a great crowd too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But because I remember the last couple times, like say this one time I went to an Angels game, they sang the national anthem, and I was like, wow, this is really dope. Everyone's cheering for the same thing, right?
Right.
Because we're all in America, whatever. And then a monster truck event that I went to at the OC Fair,
Yeah.
same thing. They had the national anthem, and it was really dope. I'm like,
And
damn,
even-
you know, you
And
feel
the
like.
fact that like a lot of immigrants are there and still respecting the fact they're clapping their
Yeah,
because a lot of
exactly.
people